That money has to be sitting there
Well,
in the budget.
And if we put
We
160 in
There
there,
was some real problems last time when we bought a truck. It was, I don't think it was an emergency, but I know there was some hoops we had to go through
Well,
on the budget
we had
because it
we
wasn't
had a truck that
planned
was
for.
was well used, it was used up. What did we get, whole $3,000 for that
Yeah.
truck? I mean, it wasn't that people were knocking down the doors to get to it.
No.
They basically paid us for the tires on it, that's all they, that's all.
And parades.
what do you want to do?
I know that one, he's using it.
I think we need
I-
to have a down payment for a truck in case that truck goes, and then have a,
What,
have some.
okay, the way we purchased the
scenario.
other truck through the Kansas bank, loan purchase, lease purchase, whatever it was we did. Do we have to have, if we've got 124,000 and we add 15,
We're pretty close.
that should be where we need at least the down payment, right?
Right.
So
You
then
got, because that money would go out immediately. You have to budget
To buy the
for it.
chassis.
You cannot spend money that isn't in this budget. You can't.
okay, so you're not saying we're taking 160,000 out of our savings?
No,
You just want to
no.
budget it there?
Yeah, we want it there in case we need to buy a truck.
All
Then
right.
the debt service and the
Then-
interest and principal.
Then I say we
would have-
put the 160 in there just so that it's there in the budget, and then it's not, we're not necessarily committing to buying a truck.
We're very much committing to buying a truck by putting 160,000.
No, we're not.
No,
No more than, Mary Ann, no more than
It's
we're,
contingency.
Boy, 160,000 contingency. Okay, I'm just.
it's money that will probably have to be financed in
No,
one
we
way or
have the
form.
160,000. We have that money.
We have 160. I think
That's,
everybody's
we
confusing.
have that in our, we have that money sitting in the bank at plus 15,000. That's why you either put 15,000, which adds more money, but what Rachel's saying is that if you're gonna spend it, it has to be on this page, which is, I'm not understanding it because of the whatever that other equipment was that you wanted, didn't have to be on this page. So, I guess we're not, because we're
No,
not
what
buying it this
she's,
year.
what
No,
she's
she's saying
saying,
if that's for a new truck, it's gotta be
No,
there.
no, but if the
Or a
scoop,
truck.
whatever that other equipment
Yeah.
was.
Because the equipment that we're saving for, there is a couple of accounts that we're saving and planning ahead to buy new equipment.
Right.
Those are only bank transfers. They come out of the savings fire fund and go into committed funds
But
that
we
are
don't need to-
named.
But that's what we've
Right,
done with
but
the fire truck.
She's just saying.
I'm
it
just
says
trying to say the scoop of-
15's there, but the 4's not there.
Yeah, I don't
I think
understand.
the 15 was
I know.
something else.
I'm totally confused
Yeah,
with
the
that.
15 actually should not be there.
Right,
because
but
it's
15
a-
is confusing
It's a
because it
bank
shouldn't be
transfer. It really shouldn't be there. But,
Even though
Okay.
it's the same amount we've been doing,
Okay.
that's not the
It's so
amount.
confusing.
Yes,
Okay.
but now if it's truck replacement, because
if
we're
it's
getting
truck
a
replacement
physical
and we do
thing.
it this year and we make a down payment, that is a guesstimate of what we would have to pay down. Then next year, we would have to budget for principal and interest as a debt principal and a debt interest. But that wouldn't come into play until 2017.
What are you talking about? Debt principal? Are you?
Well,
the
those are
206?
future numbers that we might need to use if we do
Have
budget enough and we have, can do a down payment for 160.
well,
then
round
we would be
numbers,
okay.
a new Class A pumper, based on what we were looking at down there, similar to what our guys use here, they don't have all the bells and whistles that some of the city fire trucks have. But I believe you're looking in the $250,000 range, $250,000.
Yeah,
Right.
250 to
Oh,
350.
if you can get it.
No, I'm serious.
Are you really?
Yeah, I am.
You can do it for that? Ooh, that's wonderful.
You can buy brand new demo commercial pumpers for like 180.
Wonderful. Ooh, that'd be great.
Completely bare bones side mount pump.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah,
Okay.
250 to 300 is well doable. I
Okay.
wanna say '01 was like 250 then,
Mm-hmm. I looked at it the other day. You're pretty close.
Yeah,
and the 120, you've gotta be fairly close to being able to make your down payment for a chassis right there. I
Okay.
can't believe that a chassis is totally half the truck, but thereabouts.
Okay. So the 160 would get us a good down payment?
you know,
It almost pays for it, it sounds
Yeah.
like.
the big pumpers
Add on
that
to
they
the
use in the
120?
city, you're looking at 400 to 500,000 for
Well, I
those.
was
And
thinking
they carry half the water that a
Right.
rural pumper has.
Okay.
But it's all the other stuff they have on them that runs that price up. But these pumpers, I mean, not that $250,000 isn't a chunk of change, it's serious money, but it's still,
But,
I think our program that we started many years ago with this thing is working. We are.
it is.
We have a good program to replace trucks, and we need to follow through with that program. And we need to follow through with making sure that our departments are doing what they need to do to
Right.
Okay,
work toward
so
a better ISO
We're
numbers.
putting 160,000, let's move to capital outlay. You
Okay.
got 25,000 in there. What's that for in the fire department?
Well, that was for roofing. For him.
Oh,
That was for
last
roofing
year's-
last year, the 69, well then, are we doing anything this year?
To the building that you know of, Mike?
I don't know.
Do we need anything done in the building?
No.
Okay,
No?
well, let's
Well,
put
we can
in,
can that if you want.
Except a few keys.
Does
yeah.
anybody
You don't
want
need that
anything? You want to take that off?
I think we take that off. I mean, let's just let's make that 0.
I don't see a reason to put a lot of money in a building that we don't know what we're doing with currently.
When you
Uh,
go there?
Future
Yeah,
price.
new building would go there.
I'd like to see 2,500 there, just.
2,500?
They blew through a door or something.
And that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm thinking
2,500?
20, or maybe $5,000.
Okay.
You know, I mean, say somebody gets set to brake and they leave it in gear and the truck.
And crash the garage
Yeah.
door?
$5,000?
Okay, liquor fund. Anything else, Mike?
No, man.
Thanks,
I
Mike.
think that's approved.
Oh, liquor fund, let's see
Okay,
here.
shared revenue.
$750, we get a little state check in there.
Okay,
I'm gonna head back to work though.
yep, thanks, Mike.
Yeah, thank you
And
guys.
then
Thank
we
you.
do transfer from the savings into the account, so $750 stays and the interest is real low.
Okay,
So everything stays the same there.
$1.
inspection
Yes.
fees. 960, leaving that same social security 110,
Thanks, Rachel.
and that's it.
Mhm.
Streetlight fund.
Streetlight fund,
Should be
right now, we're collecting 0 on that, so that's not on our property tax.
And the interest, $40 interest, is that just,
That's because I have money in the savings, so we'll keep that there.
okay, street lighting, we got 12K. What are we,
$800 or $900 a month.
Oh, I, those are the ones who-
Guesstimate $1,000 a month, so 12 should cover it.
okay? The library, I went and talked to Patty, so let's go through the state aid and stuff first, Kathy.
Oh, man. The state aid, I think I had the same, I can't remember if I looked that up. 972 is all we collected this year, right?
Yeah, but you had 600, and last year you went to 850
Right.
this year.
I think 850 is fine. And then the transfer from the general fund, 30K.
Why are you going down?
Well, I spoke, actually it was me and Rachel decided that, if Rachel has any reason.
Well, they got a fund balance.
I do have a fund balance.
Yeah, of 45, so they'll
Okay.
be fine.
And they have a fund balance of 45, but they're,
Plus 30, that's 75, they'll get state aid.
Let's see what I have right now. I've got
Penal
about,
funds?
actually I got, well,
what have you
I've
got?
got about 40,000 in the
Oh,
library
okay.
fund right now.
All right.
So
And
then
that's
the
what all
30
the
would be
bills,
70.
okay, that's what the bills paid, to the last 2 months, right?
Right, this was
Okay.
as of January 31st.
Okay, because I was looking at their, the 9,100 that they have. I don't know what the number is. So where is this? This is, yeah, the 91 against the budget. So where does the 45 come from?
What's the name?
Well, I looked at that, what's the actual library
Well,
fund?
the
Revenue
fund
versus
balance is
expense.
always different than your bank balance.
Are you looking at something?
I'm looking at the budget. If you look at their fund, library fund, total excess revenue versus expenses is 91. Where would the 45 or the 40 be? Is that a
I guess
bad?
I'm not
Well,
seeing.
that's a
where you're at.
guesstimate for what the fund balance will end up being by the time we get to the end of the year.
I was asking,
But
I was
it's
asking,
just
where
a
would that
guess.
40,000 show up?
But I don't know where you're at. I don't know what you're looking at. I'm
The
trying
fund
to-
balance.
Oh.
I'm asking where the fund balance,
It's
sorry.
in my savings account.
Oh, got it. Okay, so it's not
I'm
going to show
sorry, I
up in the
misunderstood. I
budget.
thought you were showing me something.
It's not going to show up in the budget, so.
No, it's
No,
in
but
the
you
So
gotta
in
show
the
it in the
bank.
budget, you gotta show it when you present the budget.
So the question I'm having is, the transfer from the general fund,
Mhm.
if I had to transfer more money in from the fund balance,
Mhm.
I should show it in the transfer from the general fund, right? So I'm not sure why we're going to
No.
35.
The
I'm just
library,
trying to understand how.
the library
they run
fund has
their-
its own savings account, and
Yeah.
we have that 40,000 in there.
Oh, so I
The
could-
transfer of 35 comes from the 101 to
Okay,
the
got
library
it.
because we support the library.
Okay, so if the library needed more money than what their budget was,
Mhm.
you could transfer money in, is that what you're saying?
Probably board action.
Board action.
Well, then I want to keep it at 35 because I know what she
Yeah,
needs.
and we have 40 in the real fund, the library fund, so we have 70. Then we'll
Yeah.
have 70 once.
But I want transfer from the general fund, I want 35.
Okay,
So
instead
that,
of 30, I see.
Yeah, so that their budget will be right. I mean, I don't want to cramp them
I
up
see what you're
here.
saying, okay.
And she's got a list of stuff that she needs to have done, so
Okay.
that was why. Okay, penal fines.
7,500, going up from last year a little bit. Interest, that's fine.
Okay,
We had some donations, not as much as I think we wanted, but 500 is good. And book fines, we could do 7 or 8 there, 7.
700, okay.
So I think she's doing more online than e-books. and I
Is
don't
the
find as
copies
much.
fax, is the things like copies, faxes, and all that kind of stuff, where does that go?
That goes into their savings.
Oh, that doesn't go into any of, it would show up as an,
Well, it could be.
The revenue?
It could be under that miscellaneous because
last year, so
she
far today,
collects
she's-
so much.
right, this year to date, she's given $511.70.
I don't have my calculator.
But that's okay.
To look it up. But
Would that be?
she puts in there, she gives it to me as faxes, copies, and fees.
Yeah,
And I don't, on my end of it, I just throw it in her savings account. I don't have to line item it out for me.
oh,
But I would imagine this miscellaneous income is part of that, right here, the miscellaneous income.
that's what it is.
Because this is revenue.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so the 511, I mean, she just asked me and I didn't know, and I said, well, I'll ask.
Yeah, it'd be under the miscellaneous book
Maybe.
fines.
We ought to change that, then simply miscellaneous / fines, faxes.
Copies and
Copies.
overdue. Well, you got book fines,
Well,
so
fines.
it's copies and, yeah, it's copies and
And on my
faxes.
computer, I do it under miscellaneous income because it's so little.
Yeah, $511 isn't very much, but it's more
That
than
would,
interest.
that would have to be something if Rachel wants to change that to.
No, that's too small of an amount. You're gonna pay an auditor to look at it? That's crazy for $500.
Well, for them, they just want to know where it was, that's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Okay, you can let her know it's under the
Yeah,
miscellaneous.
got it. Okay. So let's go on here. So salaries, the salaries were not, last year did not reflect the increases that they both got. So that's why there was a mess up here. So I think 2,700 is a fine number. It's more than enough. Supplies, they would like to go to $2,000 in supplies. And they're at 17 already, and they just feel they're not gonna have enough, so.
Can we back up?
Yeah.
Salaries and wages, you said 2,700, you meant.
Oh, 27,000, sorry, thanks. Yep, so, thanks. Communications is 1,000, they're fine with that. Security
What have you got for
systems,
850?
what's that?
What have you got for 850? Communications phone.
1,400, same thing. Check 1,400.
Mm-hmm.
1,000 for
Somebody's line.
security.
Is that somebody's car out there?
And the internet?
I said 1,000.
Is that yours?
Security, 1,000?
Yeah, security is 12, they want security at 1,200.
They want to stay there?
Yep. Okay, contracted services, you took them to 4,500.
Yeah, because we've already spent 4282 and I have a bill coming.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what they want to go higher on that too. So I think 45 is a good number. Transportation, they're okay with that, 400. Social Security, I assume that you reflected in there the change.
2,100.
Yep, lodging, they want to go to 500. They're going to, well, the reason they want to go to 500, just so everybody knows, they're going to a conference at the Grand.
You
It's
got a light
1:30.
Jeep?
I do.
Black truck.
Oh, it's on my black truck.
Yeah,
That's the one beat.
that's what's beeping?
And four ways are going off now, Ford quick.
Just so the neighbors don't throw bricks at it.
I have no electronics, so.
Well, some are, people are trying to break in some.
Yeah. Well, they can have mine. Please take it.
I'll just wait for Dennis to get back here.
I didn't choose how many go by no one.
You know, I think we're gonna have to go back and put some more money in that contract engineering because we got a fire hall design, we've got a schoolhouse design, and we've got, so
That would go under the fire department.
fire, okay, well, we should talk about that.
You can't put that in the one
Yeah. Okay, so lodging, what they're doing at the library is they're going to they're going to Mackinac Island to a two-night library conference, and it's it's a package deal, it's 130 a night, and they're gonna stay 2 nights, so that's why they went to 500. And then meals, they wanna go to 300 for the same thing. Printing, 100 is fine, and you've got it.
Oh, wait a minute, I talked to her about that, because she had asked me if we were interested in reprinting the historical document that has been around forever.
Centennial
And it's
paper.
like $5 a piece, I think, to print it, and then they were gonna charge $10, I think, for it. Anyway, the paper is gonna reprint it for them. It's big.
So you're saying it's
And,
gonna cost 100?
So she wants to print 20 of those, so 100 won't do it. So I would suggest that we put 120 in there.
Okay. Okay, insurance, that's okay. Public utilities,
Well, For some reason, heat bills are going up.
Yeah, she doesn't know why. She said that you said something about heat bills, but you've got the heat bill going down here. So they're at 1,400 and they were budgeted at 25.
Well, I'm hoping 21 will do it this next year. Of course, if we want to go to the 25, I don't have a problem with that.
Well, that's what she was saying, stay at 25.
Does she want 25?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, and then maintenance, okay, here's her maintenance list. She wants to have the windows and storms painted. The decks, they really need to be painted. I mean, these aren't big jobs, they're pretty small jobs. The doors need touch up. She wants to put an electric plug. The electric plug on the beach side doesn't work. She needs to have the heat and the air filter cleaned. It hasn't been cleaned in 2 years. I told her to do this shit. The front door lock doesn't work. We have to get a locksmith. I said, they've been going around the back door. That's stupid. Go get it done. So she's doing that this year. Their computers are not working. They had to get something for the computers, and I told her to do that too. That's why people go there, is to use the computers. And she wants to have the carpets cleaned. And so that, from a maintenance, I guess that's maintenance. I think Hobie could do most of that. And so I think she wanted to leave that
At 4,000?
at 4,000. And that's her list. And I think that's fine. And then membership dues, she said was fine.
What's the conference gonna cost?
She said, well, I don't know, she told me it was a package deal so it was $130 per night at the Grand, but I don't know how much the conference is gonna be itself.
Well, then we'll need to
But-
put that in there.
Let's put the conference in there.
The education would be where that would go.
Yeah, let's put that,
I would leave it at 600. The ones that I've been to with her were like 150 a day.
yeah, that's what I would think too. Okay. Okay, equipment and furniture, she's okay with that 2,500. You took it to 600, what was that?
Yeah, 'cause
Okay,
I don't think they're gonna be buying any furniture.
well, I don't know, she didn't have a list, but she said she was okay with keeping it at 2,500. And then, first edition, okay, the books and magazines she wants to take to 4,500. And the reason why is they had a guy and his wife that came and gave them first edition books, hardback books, and they moved away or died or something. So she's having to buy all these first edition books. So she wants to just take it up about $500, which makes total sense to me. And then, okay, what's this? Net. I just gotta make sure I got the other things she said here. Net nanny blocker, library website, computer breakdown. Where's that 35? Sorry, I gotta just double check on everything. Okay, I think this is on equipment, but you'll have to tell me. She has net nanny blocker, library website, Alexandria, and overdue ebooks. That's 2,000 for the overdue ebooks, 3 for Alexandria, 192 for the library website, and 100 for the blocker. And that comes up, and if they had a computer breakdown, that's why she wanted 3,500. So let me just double check.
That's contracted computer services, I put 4,500 in there.
Yeah, okay. So that's all, that would take that whole list, right?
Right.
Okay, that's fine then. Sorry, I'm kind of going through the list here. And then capital outlay, I don't think we have any capital outlay, right?
Where did you decide to put equipment and furniture? What number?
2,500. 2,500 and 4,500 for books and magazines. And then I don't none of this is a capital outlay, the storm, all the painting and touch-up and all that kind of stuff is. Now, the only thing that I do think, they've got 2 doors down there, those big black doors that you can see through. You know, you know how you get cracks in them in the wintertime where they contract and expand? She thinks those can be fixed, and I think so too, you know, that they can go in with the caulking and fix those, but I wonder if we should just put a couple $1,000 in case we have to replace one of those doors. Would that be capital outlay?
Those doors are custom made.
Were they?
Yeah.
More than a couple thousand.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
more than a couple grand.
seriously more. Those doors were custom made to replicate the original ones that we took out of there when we fixed it up. And, I mean,
Well, I don't
it's
know.
what happens with those,
I know.
single panel wood doors when they're, especially when they're exposed to warm on one side
Cool.
and cold on the other.
Yeah, you can
And-
see right the cracks.
But
right
I'm gonna tell you, I played that game with my columns on my front porch when they checked and I caulked them. And in the summertime, the caulk all oozed out and they looked like heck. And I ended up, I think you're better off just living with it.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
A self-adhesive foam pad or something to, you know, weather stripping, but something that you can remove.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll talk to her about that.
Oh, put it on it, season.
You mean say, do it in the, yeah,
like on the back doors in the wintertime when nobody,
That doesn't work, we have to.
we'll have to look at it.
yeah.
It's not, I mean, it's not huge cracks, but you can see through it. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Happens every winter.
so we'll just
That's
leave
okay,
it.
here we
Over
go.
here.
I put mine here.
Is somebody out there in the vehicle? It's not a safety.
I hear
issue,
alarm
is it?
going again.
It's gotta be you.
Might have
Give me again.
might have a
Keys
Jeep
been
shopper
sitting
out
there.
there.
Get us a pizza when you're over.
Is there somebody,
You're gonna come in.
so I guess, do we want to leave the capital outlay at 0 or do we want to put like 2,500 just so we have
Well,
some money?
2,500 is where capital outlay starts.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe we
So
should just,
if we're gonna do it, yeah.
We
it's
can always
gotta
just
be
put it
in
there, just-
I'm just saying, let's
For
put
that.
it in there so we don't have nothing in there. Do you want to put 2,500 or 3,000?
3,000.
Okay,
3,000,
okay.
okay.
Okay, and the other thing, this is just a FYI, apparently the sheriff department is using inmates for gardens, and they're using inmates, then you can hire them for $10 a day. They bring a person with them to guard the inmate, so, I mean, you know, the inmates. And she's suggesting, how about we do it for pulling weeds in the garden, you know, at the post office, Mary's Circle, you know. I thought it was a heck of an idea, so I'm gonna follow up with, what's his name, Claremont, and just see, you know, what it really entails, and if these guys are available. I mean,
Do they get a 1099 or what do they get?
I don't know, I don't know anything
They
about
get
it,
$10 a day from us.
but it is,
That's it.
it's
Do we
$10 a
donate that
day.
to the sheriff department or do
No,
they
no,
actually
it's
pay them?
$1.25 an hour, and I was in an MTA for
Mhm.
6 months.
I heard
It's
that.
really a good program.
I think
I
it's a
like it.
tremendous.
I like it.
Look into it.
They'll come and show me my walk.
I'll have them do my weeds.
Well, Gail said he'd come and do my walk, well, I
They
haven't
would
called
do
them.
public,
Dash shows
Public
that
things and
it's
private
open
things.
Yeah, they-
when it's not.
Gets them out.
And
okay, that's it.
there's a switch.
No, you
No,
had something
right.
in the fire department that you
Oh, I
wanted to
wanted
That's
to-
add?
because
the-
I wanted to go
Don't
look
give
at
you
that
what-
because you
I
had to
want
do that.
to go to engineering
And,
services, or,
got an appointment.
And I
Looked
think
at
we
it
need-
Fire
Friday.
department first, did you say?
let's look at
Well,
the,
if you're gonna do it-
if you're gonna have a design group come and look
Never
at the
had
fire
it happen
department,
until tonight.
as a former committee of fire officers to develop a plan.
It started this weekend.
think
Well, that's
it was
how
It's never
capital
gone
outlay
off
go.
until,
Because it's
it's on one of the cold
gotta be
weather just
2,500.
changed things.
Where would you put it? In capital outlay?
Electronics.
On fire,
Well,
yeah,
we've got 5,000 in there right now, is that enough?
not for engineering services.
Yeah, the
The
fire
central
department.
plan could
I
cost
said,
a lot
if we
more
were
than
fire
that.
I said if we're gonna do
Capital
a
outlay.
conceptual plan, like we have, form a committee and have a developed plan, we need to put that someplace, and we need to do the same thing for the Burt Trail. We haven't We didn't talk about that.
Correct.
We are gonna have somebody come in and
Well,
look
that
at
would
it.
go under 101. We're okay there.
Let's start with the fire department.
Okay, so the fire department, you wanna put in, how much do you wanna put in for capital outlay then? We have 5,000.
Because that would be expensed into the building once it's built. All
Right.
of that would carry into that for depreciation and asset value. So we'd have to go on capital outlay.
So how much?
This is for
How
the
much?
fire, design and estimate.
10 grand.
Okay,
Add another 10 to that 5.
Yep.
15 then? Okay. And then where would we, the Burt Trail?
Well, that's
Design.
gonna be a 101 expense, and do you guys have any idea, are you gonna try to do that this year?
Well, that was our develop a
We
plan.
have to develop a plan, Rachel, that's our problem right now. And that's what they kind of really want to know what our preferences are for the
Where
trail.
to
Yeah.
bring that trail in?
Yeah,
Is that all they wanna know?
well, it has a direct effect on their planning,
Correct.
you know, so, you know, the whole issue, if we're just gonna scrap the whole idea of participating, then they'll just go down Eagles Nest Road, which they really don't wanna do. They wanna go down Eagles Nest Road as a side trail eventually, because, you know, their residents are demanding it or requesting it. But right now, that doesn't fit the need of bringing the trails to trailheads. You know, bringing it down Eagles Nest Road to the freeway interchange by the storage building isn't a trailhead. Bringing it into Toppinabee is a trailhead. And that plays a big role in grant participation on trails. And, you know, so, and I think it will be well received by our community also, you know.
But what are we gonna engineer? That's my
My
question.
point, do we want to go up Mail Route? I know we've said we don't want to bring it down this hill here. Those comments have been made,
Not topping a bay mail?
Now, this is bike and snowmobile, or is this bike?
just like,
Okay, because I was gonna say, we can't get on these roads anyway with our snowmobiles.
No,
These pound
no.
down nothing.
just bikes,
So I don't wanna put money into something that we can't get snowmobilers here anyway.
no. The whole Burt Trail concept, the way they got the easements from the folks on the west side of the lake, where they had to get easements across yards, was all guaranteeing that it was going to be a quiet trail.
Oh, that won't last.
They know that snowmobilers will probably use it,
Yes.
but there will be no grooming. There will be no DNR funds for grooming equipment. The parts where it's running close to the biological center, they want nothing to do with snowmobiles.
Correct.
They won't give any allowable use of the property if it involves snowmobiles. So.
They're the ones with the money, not the bikers.
Right,
The snowmobiles.
yeah, they're the ones that are gonna bring the money in.
I need to get something going to put a tag on people's bike, let them pay $5 to run that trail that we pay for.
$10.
20. Do I hear the 30? That's how I feel though. We spend a lot on our trail permits and
Oh,
we make
right.
that happen. And
Yeah, I agree.
bikers don't spend money in this town. They really don't.
I buy trail
Last year
permits
we
and
did
I
those-
don't ride the trails.
When we had those 400
They spend
bikers,
nearly a dime.
really?
Yeah,
Mhm.
leave their
Well,
garbage.
They bring their own
breakfast
water,
bars
they
and their own
they
drinks.
make a mess, you guys pay for the garbage to come over and get dumped, it costs us money.
They didn't.
They don't
Just.
filter the store.
God, I was thinking that was such a
You would
wonderful.
think, but
Yeah.
after a couple of
Well,
years,
use the restroom.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
we
really
don't
used
use
our
it.
restrooms and they really dirtied the garbage. But other than that, they don't come and buy. They really don't. And they want a lot for nothing all the time. That's my opinion only,
Well, I can
but
tell you,
I.
my cousins use your store.
Yeah, Yeah,
When
good.
when they're up.
Come and have an ice
you know,
cream or
they-
something.
Oh, absolutely. They
Yeah,
ride
that's the
the
best.
trail, they go up Mullipur, get
They're
on the
pretty-
trail.
These bikers are pretty self-sufficient. They
Right.
have people come in cars and follow them and bring them the.
That's the big
things of
groups. The
water.
little guys are stuck.
Yeah, the little locals come and people bring their children and it's a more of a fun outing and,
Family kind of thing.
yeah, and that's good.
So you don't really support the bike trail?
Personally, I don't. But if I heard from the other board members that they thought this would really bring things into our town, you know, I'm not gonna take my personal feelings and I would vote the way I would have to vote on it. I just know, I didn't know if it was really a snowmobile trail, try to get, you know, people to come from that way too. But the roads you can't get down, I can't get up, I can't even leave my driveway this past weekend. I could not even get down the sides of the road to get to a trail. You know, and I can't load up the sled myself, I can't do anything like that. So I just know Mullipur, Mill Route and Bennett are plowed right down to, and we haven't had the snow either, but, there's no people coming from other directions to get to this town, only by that trail right now, on snowmobiles. And bikes, I know that's the way they're coming right now on bikes also. I haven't seen I see a few people out on Bennett Road, but I think they're living out there, they're not really bikers
Oh.
finding a trail to get out there.
Bird Lake people.
Mhm.
There's a couple of individuals that are on that trail,
I think
or
they-
at our every trail meeting that are residents of Bird Township. They live along the lake and they're on Bennett Road constantly.
Yeah, and I think, you know, for me, I would think Bennett Road's a little safer for those type of people, just our local residents, than to come to Mullipur. Because, I mean, Mill Route. Mill Route seems to be like people do travel faster and there's not quite of an edge. The visual is not there as much.
Mill Road's what scared me, going down Mill Road.
Yeah.
Like on the east side, I would never, I have the cabin over there I rent, people ask me, you know, can you ride into town? And I said, well, I wouldn't. I would not ride a bike on the east side of that lake.
Yeah.
But, you're kind of the guy for this trail to
Well,
let us
I
know
really-
how much money we should spend and how much will it really bring into our town.
Well, it's a recreational activity that, you know, we spend money on Boy Scout Park and are gonna make improvements there, but that's not gonna bring money into Toplady.
True.
You know, it's a benefit for our residents, our future heirs that we leave for. So I just see it as not looking at it as a money-making thing that's gonna bring, you know, from what you're telling me, I don't wanna really see the thousands of people coming in. I wanna see the onesies and twosies coming in. And I know driving down Mullipur Road right now, there's some close calls because they didn't put any shoulder on that road when they
Right.
paved that. And we have a lot of bikers coming down that road, not just bikers. We have
Walkers.
the roller skaters,
Yeah, you-
or roller skiers.
Dog walkers, and you got all kinds of people on that
Yeah.
road.
And there's no place for them to go. I wish Bennett Road had 4-foot shoulders.
Yeah.
That was my next question.
Because that was really the way out to snowmobile and more, I see more bicyclists in the summer too. But really, that road before it was paved was the road to take because not being pavement, it held the snow down once it was packed down.
Yeah.
Well, if you put the 4-foot, I mean, I'm kind of what Dennis is. I don't think we're doing this for business. I think we're doing it because, one, we want to have people coming into our town, and it's a great recreation. I mean, a lot of people are biking. I mean, just, you know, like snowmobile. A lot of people are snowmobile, a lot of people are biking. They love outdoors. I'd hate to see this go down Eagles Nest Road and miss us. You know, it just would, I just think that would be just sad. But I also think it's gonna cost a lot of money. And we're gonna have to work hard to get a grant, which probably because we would connect with Bert, it would be easier. But I'd like to see take Bennett Road or extension, which is the question I've got with the road commission, and put those 4-foot on it and let everybody, see, I'm okay with snowmobilers being on those. You know, nobody's biking in the wintertime. Let the snowmobilers use it, and it would be awesome. They'd have a way to come in here, which is different than they have now.
But that's coming. Fat tire bicycles are snow bicycles, and that's coming. They're using the trails over in
Oh, I see it,
Stockton.
I see it.
No,
Up
fat,
across,
yeah.
I've seen
Well,
seen that a couple of years ago.
Fat tire bikes, I actually got one last summer.
They're riding in the snow.
And they were actually originally developed for the snow. But I have my most fun with it, riding it on the farm,
Yeah,
in the sand, in the tree patch.
but it is coming, and I look at us as being a public service organization, giving benefits back to the taxpayers for the money they give us. So I don't look at it as a money-making process.
I think we're all in agreement with that. But where are you
It's
with
not.
where are you with the,
I'm
Trail
with,
Trail run.
I'm with Mulliford Bennett. 4-foot shoulder on Bennett.
Well, see, then we're talking about repaving Mullabert, at least 2 bed, because there's no shoulders on Mullabert.
Yeah, I understand that, and that would have to go along with that.
but when,
Where if we went down Extension Road, then, you know, that basically is a very short section of Mullabert, and they're already talking about rebuilding Mullabert to Mail Road.
that's on their plans for,
It's on the millage project.
yeah, that is a
Right.
village project.
So what I'm saying is that will get to the freeway bridge. And then if we became co-applicants with Burt Township on going after money for a bridge,
Oh, bridge, yeah.
because it looks like they're gonna make us put a bridge in,
Well, I don't see any other way.
right? Then really our share of the expense will be our half of Extension Road only, and then the little bit of mail route coming in. Or diverting them to Woodruff Street, which Woodruff is such a low-traffic street, I don't think we need to do anything there, and drop down the hill by the end of the pavilion, and then get onto the trail that way. Because I think signage will take care of it there.
Yeah, good, sure, signage is wonderful.
No, I'm serious. I mean, it's very low-traffic roads, as opposed to coming all the way down past the church, which is the concern of
Seems
But
so.
I-
safety because of the big trucks that are going up and down that hill.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think the Woodruff one's a great idea. They haven't really thought about that.
yeah, that's been talked about. Yeah, okay.
So do we need, just so,
Do we have to plug
do
something
we
in?
need to
That's
plug,
what-
yeah, that's why we
what we're
have that
here.
discussion.
Well, you got $8,000 in there, I don't know what engineering for that's gonna cost, because that's just a laying out which way we'd wanna go.
To do all the engineering from West Burt Lake Road across the top of Burt Lake and around to Hoppies, I think Burt Township is planning on spending $15,000.
How much are they gonna have the road commission do that? I mean, the road commission has the capability to do all that. Why wouldn't we ask the road commission to do it?
Road Commission's not gonna do trail planning.
They're
But
not
they'll do the
interested.
road. Oh, I understand. They'll do the road estimates. They'll do the shoulder estimates and all that, right?
No,
They won't?
if it's part of a road that they're gonna work on, but not a road that they don't have any
But I'm
projects
wondering,
planned.
no, but I'm wondering if we couldn't ask it as a project. You know, we did the last time, what was it, last year, at the road commission meeting. Harold asked for an estimate. Remember we got that estimate? That was 2 years ago, I guess. We got the estimate. It was like
$600,000.
$637,000 or
Right.
something like that.
And
And they did that estimate. That's what I'm saying. That was done by the road commission.
Right, but they won't do that design, the
Yeah,
final design.
yeah.
That's just an estimate.
Yeah, okay. So do we have to plug in that much money, do you think?
No, not for,
what we're doing,
not for what we're doing, it's, because it's probably less than half of what they're doing.
yeah.
We've
So-
already got 8 in there.
Yeah, so this is under
Engineering.
447,801. We've got 8 on there.
yeah.
8,000? You want to take it to 10?
Let's round it at 10.
Okay.
Okay, 10. And then, so that takes care of the trail.
But you had 10,
And
8
then we-
already in there, right, for
We
this?
just take it, yeah.
So you
I
have
think,
2 more grand you're putting in
Marianne,
there
you
for
and Harold need to gang up
Yeah,
on Ken and
Brent,
Brent on East Burt Lake.
yeah.
Because I have heard that very same thing before, that if it's a main road that's connecting
You mean extension?
extension, road,
Yeah,
that if
I've
it's
got-
a road connecting primary road, paved roads, there's grant monies
That's what he told
to
me.
deal with. In
That's-
fact, that's
Roper told me that.
the majority of the money that paves South Extension Road is based on that kind of a grant.
Okay, well, I'll talk to him, but is it tomorrow? Yeah, is tomorrow the 10th?
Yes.
Tomorrow's the 10th.
Tomorrow's the 10th, tomorrow's that meeting, yeah. And he'll be there, he always goes in front of me, he always goes.
Harold does?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so, just so we got everything, we got the trail, we got the old schoolhouse cleaned, we got the fire department, and then what about, well, that's just to review the Boy Scout park, so the parking for the boat ramp, that's what, we just got to talk to Dave. Okay, I think we got everything in there that's on this list, have I missed anything? Okay.
This is the concept that we talked about years ago about filling the ditch and trying to create a parking lot off the side. Or are you looking at something simpler?
Fill in the ditch. Yeah, this is fill in the ditch. This is
Yeah.
talking to them about using their right of way.
Yeah,
And then have them talk to the DEQ.
right.
Because if he talks to the DEQ, maybe a little bit easier than if we talk to them.
Wasn't it Emily that stopped this?
Well, it was Emily that said that well, she's just a consultant. but
Well, she's not anymore.
She's not?
She's their top person in the,
Trail coordinator.
yeah, trail, something, I don't know what her title is.
So
but
she's
she
working for DNR?
Yeah, any project goes through her.
Okay.
Anything that they're working
Well,
goes through her.
and when she was a consultant, she came in and she was the one that said that the trail people weren't gonna let us
Yeah.
butt up to their trail, and then, and then there was also the concern that there was cattails growing in the ditch, and it was gonna get flagged as a wetland.
That's why DEQ got involved, or
Yeah.
was involved.
Yeah, but since then, MDOT has said they've run into that before with DEQ, and if it's a man-made ditch, DEQ, they can back them
It's a
down.
drainage ditch.
Yeah,
That's right.
But it was, so it was yes from Pat Cross and MDOT and us, and it was Emily that I remembered was the.
in her role as a consultant.
Well, we can bring it back out here now that we've got that thing changed. I see people parking down there now. The guys are going out there fish shanties.
Yeah.
There were
and-
3 guys parking,
And it's-
3 trucks parking down
And
there.
it's dangerous, because they're right next to the darn driving lane.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, okay, awesome.
And, we can get Kathy to come down and plow it every day, because she comes down here.
I don't even have to operate a plow. I tried the snow blower once and chewed the side of the porch, and Kevin said, "Don't try it no more." He said, "It got away from me."
I do this one there. But we're gonna get it writing.
Yeah, you got
Oh,
it.
yeah. No, he does the snow plowing, and that's
really tough.
away. And shoveling.
Okay, well, Rachel, thank you for doing your work. I still would like to have some input next year. Well, whoever you have next year can do it.
Okay.
Do we have to adjourn, or we just?
Yeah, I can call it adjourned.
Yeah, she can.
We are adjourned.